Hey, how you guys doing? All right, well, this is a video called "A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words." So think about this. So you're gonna go look at a bunch of houses, or you have a house, you have a problem where, I don't know, do I want to buy this house? You have a cell phone. Everyone's got a cell phone. So take a bunch of pictures, and this one's just showing you five. Okay, and if you got more pictures, that's fine. And all you got to do is send them to me, and then I'll call you up. This will be a small fee. It's not a whole lot of money. And within 15 minutes, you're like, oh man, that's what's wrong with my house, or oh, I'm not going to put an offer on this house. And you can look at 3 or 4 of these homes, give me a few photos, and you'll decide which house is working better for you. So let's get right into this, okay? So this guy sent me a bunch of photos, and right now I'm looking at this, and first of all, right off the bat, and this is not a big deal, but this house has obviously a rodent problem. So we know there's a lot of air leaks in this house, okay? You're gonna have to do some insulation. These guys are getting in one way or another. So we've got a rodent issue, and these are actually mice, okay? And you can see the droppings here. Now, another thing you could see is that there is cobwebs. And you know what? So it's kind of a dusty home. Also, it looks like these cobwebs could be linty, which means they probably have a dryer vent that isn't sealed properly. So a lot of the humidity and moisture causes dust to go. So we got a big dust issue. We could clean that up, no big deal. We could find the mice, no big deal. But that means that the insulation in the attic also could be jeopardized, because if you got mice in the home for long periods of time, and looking at this foundation, it's a 1918 to, let's say, I don't know, 1938, okay? In that range. So we already know, well, that's because it's terracotta tile. That's what they used during that era. And you can see they've painted this many times. Plus, looking at this photo, you can see down here where they painted over the efflorescence. Efflorescence is moisture that leaks out of into the basement. Now, that doesn't mean it floods. It doesn't mean that it's chronic, but it does mean that there's some moisture intrusion, generally from a drain tile system that's slow and sluggish. And we know that a 1930s drain tile system is probably slow and sluggish, and so it's possible that this house would need a waterproofing system. Now, they did show me some photos before that, and so yeah, if you walk past this, you'll be in my live video. All right. So I know you don't want to be on TV. That was my beautiful daughter that just walked by, and she hates being on film. So, anyways, the dust shows you that that we got a dryer issue, we got a vent issue, we got a bug issue. We probably have contaminated insulation in the attic, right? Some people don't care about it. Some people, that could be an insurance claim. If, let's say, it was from a bigger vermin like a raccoon, or squirrels, that's a whole other issue. That's almost an insurance claim. Now you get all new insulation, so check that out. And always do a clue report. So this photo, and there's more, but I'll just move on because I don't want to make this a really long video. So the second photo they sent me was, let's go to this one here. Now, this one here, let me back this up. And so let me zoom in here. This one here shows you that, okay? And that there is telling me that that's a clean out. That is not indigenous to this home, okay? Remember I said 1930s? So we know they had to add a clean out. And why would you add a clean out? Because the sewers are messed up. You probably got a tree out front. And if you have a large tree out front, there's a high probability that the sewers are cracked, broken. They've had, they never tell you that they snaked their drains. So do a clue report, talk to a neighbor, and if they snake their drains, then you better put a camera down through there, which is going to cost you another $400. Because if you buy a house that has a broken sewer because of a tree, then you're going to be looking at anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000, $9,000. And be very careful. These plumbers are scammers today. They all will come out for free inspection, whatever, $100. It's BS. They come out there, they will find a big thing, and they'll say, oh, we have an extra crew. They happen to be around. They always want both spouses there, and they make you sign a contract. Oh, well, we take credit. Yeah, and before you know it, you're giving these people $17K. Don't get robbed. Check it out. And you can send me pictures. By the way, for people that are getting whacked by these plumbers, you want to send me some photos. Talk to me. for like probably under 50 bucks, you're going to say, man, I'm not getting scammed for 20 grand. Okay, well, anyways, let's move on. So right here, look at this. They painted this basement, okay? And, you know, if you're buying a house, now you know that the floor was recently painted. But look at this. Look at the stains here. Now, this is telling us that even though they painted this basement before they painted the wall, see this is the gray paint, you can still see the stains. And there's your drain underneath your sink. And there's toilet paper right there. See a little white stuff right there? Guess what? It still backs up. This house has a chronic problem. And if you didn't send me this picture, there's a few things you don't know. A, they've always had basement leaks. B, they've had sewer problems. C, they probably got tree problems. A lot of trees can cost thousands of dollars to remove. D, they had to add a clean out, which, by the way, they didn't get it in time. Okay, that's how they snake it, because they had a hard time snaking it, because then you got to remove a toilet. And you probably got a $10,000 problem with this house and not even know it. This picture's telling us that, all right? And you can see, you know, how they've been painting it. And there's and you can also see the efflorescence, okay, of the wall. I'm turning this up there, see up top there. And so, yes, this basically, let's look at another photo, because we're going to try to not make this a forever thing. So, oh yeah, they sent me this picture here. Now check it out. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a big tree. Oh yeah, so now we also know. And also look at this house. This house doesn't have, look how close this tree, too close to the house. This tree definitely caused blockage of the drain tile system and storm system. So that's why you have hydrostatic pressure, this old foundation leaks, and you have sewer problems, because a lot of these old houses, the sanitary storms are probably combined out front, unless you do a dye test. So, oh, I got to do a dye test too now. So this tree is for sure at least a $3,000 tree. If you're going to buy this house, you're going to have acorns in your gutters, you're going to have blockage, overflowing gutters, squirrels jumping on your roof, you're going to have animals in your attic, you know, you're going to have all kind of stuff going on with a house like this and this kind of tree. So moving on up, and we only have 5% left in our cell phone, and so we'll go to this picture here, and I'm not sure I could, let me see if I could, let me just see real quick, because I don't want to start this video over. Let me see if I can plug in some power. Anyways, I'll keep talking. So here they pushed in, they used their finger, and it's rotted. So now at this point, we really got to think about what's going on here. Okay, I'm plugging in the phone. It's a little bit shaky. Give me a second. Okay, we have a little bit of power. Look at that power. All right, so guess what? We got rot, and they've already replaced the windows to glass block. So right now you got to think about, wait a minute, you know, you're sending me a photo. So I don't know if this doesn't look like termite damage, but it does look like rot and possible carpenter ant damage. So not only that, we got possible ants and insects and mice, all right? And but they did replace the windows, and you can see, why is this board got moisture on it, right? So something going on. Okay, now this could have just been a piece of wood that they used in the basement. See the paint here? So maybe this piece of wood doesn't tell us much, all right? So we'll go to another picture. We got a couple left. And so now, oh, they show us this. Now, I didn't need this one, but they sent it to me. And you can see the tripping hazard right here. You are responsible to repair sidewalks. You got this. Now you got the tree in front of the property, too, on the tree lawn. Because you know it's a tree lawn. See the street over here? And it's in front of the house. You better be checking this with a camera. And you can bet your life this tree is at least 60 to 80 years old. Okay, now I don't expect you to know how old trees are, what kind of tree, but you don't think those tree roots found water underground? I mean, come on, tree roots aren't stupid. And so this is an issue. You buy a house, or you have a house with a tree out front, you're looking for trouble. And those stupid codes, these cities say, oh, you gotta have a tree in your front lawn. Man, I don't even know, but I bet you they're in cahoots with the plumbing industry, you know? Think about it. Everything's a conspiracy, right? Nah, probably not. They're just stupid. Trees are great in your neighbor's property and in your way, way far backyard, not near your house, okay? Not near any sewer lines, not near anything. And they're also great in the forest. So this is an issue, all right? And let's move on. And we're going to try to end it. Oh, no, you got to put this one in here. Now, this video here, this is a for sure problem. You see, this is a kick out. And you know what this tells me? that room underneath, that's a kick out that comes out, and they never built these right. You see, there's a big hole in this brick, and it's supposed to put a gutter in there. It's a hidden gutter called a nested gutter, and then underneath that is a lintel that holds the steel up, or the other way, it's built in together. So this brick is absorbent. It sucks water. If this is on the south side, it's going to suck in gallons and gallons of water. It's going to go in the brick and drop straight down into this hole, and it's going to hit the lintel. Now, if you don't have a gutter called the nested gutter, guess what? It's going to leak. So you go in that. He didn't send me the picture, but if he sent me another picture, let's say this is another home. I say, hey, go get me this picture. Go underneath there and take a picture. And if it's got new paint underneath this or new stucco, guess what? This puppy leaks. And whatever's going to be down there is an issue. And it's been leaking for the last 80 years. It could just be like, if it's on the south side, it's chronic. If it's on the north, maybe it's when a hurricane comes up. I don't know. But this thing leaks. It was never built right. And you can see the tar. They'll keep trying to patch it. So these kickouts don't work. It leaks. And I would be telling my client that you can't fix this. I mean, you can, but it would cost you a lot of money. And so basically we talked about this photo here. Let's check it out here. We talked about that photo. We talked about the bugs. Oh, the attic photo. Real quick here. Let's move on to this one. Okay, here we go. There's the other one he sent me. Now, this is a no-brainer for me. First of all, the insulation is improper in this house. It's stuffed in the rafter joints. Number two, the water's leaking through. That means they have ice dams. That means they have thermal bridging, thermal bypass. That means that their attic gets hot air and they get icicles and their gutters fall down in this house, okay? That's a problem because gutters always fall down in the winter, right? And then people go up in a ladder and they try to chip away and they fall down and break their leg. So a lot of things here, okay? So this is an issue about heat loss, poor insulation, thermal bridging, thermal bypass, and chronic ice dams. All right, that means also there's probably some rot, okay? And so these are the photos they sent me, and guess what? We did it in 11 minutes, okay? And I still have 4 minutes to spare. You know, I do have a small fee. It's going to keep going up. Right now, it's like not a whole lot of money, and it's called forensic photo evaluation. And I could do it right here in my dining room. Anyway, so hey. If you want to keep talking about these photos, I can do another 15 minutes and give you more forensic observations on them. But I've been doing this for 40 years, man. 18,000 homes. I've had pretty much every license there is, especially environmental. I've written books, book, and I help other people with books, mold, moisture issues. So, hey, give me a call. But below is some links you could check into. Oh, by the way, all you got to do is Google, call Marko with a question, and boom, there it comes up. Marko is with the K. So check it out, and I got some links. I do sell Amazon products. I don't know what I'm going to put underneath here. But, hey, I don't make a whole lot of money doing this. I'm going to make a dime on $100 that's spent on my Amazon affiliate channel. Hey, I'd appreciate it. So, hey, thanks. Check out my other videos.